Welcome to Film My Run. This is CCC.
This is awesome!
There is a place, a mystical, magical place, known only to ultra runners, a mecca, if you will. Welcome to Chamonix in France, home of the UTMB Ultra Running Festival. As an ultra runner with a young family, it becomes the case that every holiday has a race attached to it, and ergo, every race becomes a family holiday. We spent the early part of our week in Chamonix, riding the cable car, hiking up the side of Mont Blanc, riding on the luge. And then, the two children who regularly resist our attempts to get them up for parkrun on a Saturday morning decided they wanted to run 5 kilometres, an 800 metre descent from a glacier all the way down to the town at the bottom of the hill. For 1 week in August, the greatest ultra runners in the world convene in Chamonix to run races from 15 kilometres up to 300 kilometres, circumnavigating the highest mountain in Western Europe, Mont Blanc. The flagship event is the UTMB, the Ultra Trail de Mont Blanc, a 100-mile race from Chamonix, round Mont Blanc and back to Chamonix.
They both decided to run down the mountain yesterday.
Whoa!
And they absolutely loved their
That's
first
incredible.
trail running.
Whilst visiting the running expo, my children were fortunate enough to meet and interview one of the race favourites, Jim Walmsley.
How far do you run in your races?
About 800 meters.
Yeah.
But you also do park run, 5 kilometres.
Wow.
And we spent the evening watching an amazing finish to the 120 kilometre TDS race. As it was to be my first UTMB experience, I'd opted for the slightly shorter 100 kilometre race called CCC. It has 6,000 metres of elevation.
122 kilometres, 7,000 metres of vertical. An absolutely grueling, excruciating race. The weather conditions were not easy out there today, but these men, they...
So in order to get your race bid for CCC, you need to arrive at a certain time slot. So I've arrived between 12 and 2, and here I am in a huge queue of runners, and they're just going along saying, anyone who isn't a runner, please don't join this queue.
Part of what makes the UTMB so unique is its system of entry. You can't just rock up on the day, pay your money and run. You can't even go to the website and sign up. You have to qualify. To qualify, you have to take part in a series of races over a number of years. Each race gains you points. The harder the race, the more points you gain. However, even when you've got enough points, that doesn't guarantee you entry to the race. You have to enter a ballot, and it could take 3 years before your name is drawn out of the hat.
Okay, now we pack the bag over there and
Yeah.
take the paper round to the next step. Like a race bib and let them go the race.
Thank you very much. Success.
Oh, and by the way, unless you've done it, you have absolutely no idea how terrifying pre-race mandatory kit check and number collection can be. Honestly, have I remembered everything? 2 head torches, taped seams on my coat? Have I got my ID? Did I remember to pack that extra layer? What if my gloves aren't waterproof? Will I be disqualified before I even get to the start line? Honestly, it's terrifying.
It's 20 past 6 in the morning, so we're in the queue at Place de Mont Blanc to get the bus through the tunnel to Courmayeur, and we start at 9 a.m. So I've got my porridge, I've got some coffee to drink, and we're all good,
It's a nervous time, early in the morning, on the bus to a race. There's nothing to do but contemplate what the day might hold. Courmayeur. Time seems to stand still. The slow walk to the start line.
So these red trolleys here that you can see are there specifically to take the green CCC bags back to Chamonix for you to collect at the end.
Hey guys, Tom Evans, welcome to Film My Run, and this is the CCC. Japan! USA.
Bulgaria.
Philippines, China. I'm from China.
Portugal!
Ireland! Yeah, vive la France! And Italy! UK! Belgium! Česká republika!
Hello! Olá! Direto do Brasil, vamos pra prova.
Welcome to Film My Run. My name's Stephen Cousins. Here we are in Courmayeur. This is in Italy. We're about to run 100 kilometres, over 100 kilometres, about 6,000 metres of ascent, all the way, well, halfway round Mont Blanc. There are runners from all over the world here. We've got 2 minutes to go to the start of the CCC 2018.
The atmosphere at the start is really incredible. They really ramp it up, and we started as though we were running a 10k race, to be honest. Looking at the footage, it does look like the first few hundred metres was actually downhill, although I completely forgot about that when we started climbing. Courmayeur is lovely. It's like the opposite version of Chamonix on the Italian side of Mont Blanc, and it comes at around about 70 kilometres into the full 100-mile UTMB race.
So literally 10 minutes into the race, and we started climbing from the very beginning, loads of people are still running. My guess is they're all full of adrenaline, not really thinking about how that's going to tie them out at 90 kilometres into the race. So I've swallowed my pride, walking. USA representing here.
We're here.
Loving the shirt and the hat. What's going on with that then?
Hey, you know, number one, it keeps the sun off my face. So there's a positive there. Number two, my wife finds me at every aid station, and I'm never going to argue with that.
That is absolutely true. We know that very well. A sea of orange or blue or whatever
Just
shirts.
neon spandex. That's the key
So-
here. Avoid that and you're good.
Check shirt. So 450 metres climbed, and it's been climbing all the way since the start. We've covered just over 2 miles, 2.5 miles in 42 minutes. Okay, so the reports are that it's going to be cloudy today and quite foggy tonight, so take in the views while you can, because there's not going to be many of them later on. But this is what we came for. So just over 5k in, 51 minutes. You okay, Christopher?
Oh, all good, all good.
Good.
Enjoying it so far, and yourself?
Yeah, not too bad.
Waiting for the rain.
Yeah, and there's
No
kind of
Irish.
fog.
Yeah, we enjoy the rain.
Have you done this before?
No, first time. So it is. I've done the OCC 2 years ago.
Okay,
The shorter version.
so you got a bit of experience of it.
A little bit now.
Yeah. That is 1,300 metres climbed. That hill has just killed me. You know, we're only 10k in, 2 hours, 4 minutes gone, and absolutely shattered climbing that just now, and we've still got all that to go up there. You can see the climbers going up there. Okay, top of the first climb, 10.66 kilometres running, 2 hours 17 minutes, and we've climbed 1,434 metres.
I think it's good to have goals and to set yourself targets in a race. Before I started, I thought that 20 hours was a realistic target for CCC. However, 2.25 hours in, and I was already beginning to question whether I'd complete the course at all.
So in the early stages of a trail race, especially one that's 100k or 100 miles, when you've got descents that are steep like this, you cannot go busting your quads out because you will be ruined for the rest of the race. So depending on your level of fitness and your level of experience, just watch yourself down these first inclines, that you don't go overly fast and ruin yourself for the second half. Just coming into the first aid station, 15 kilometres in, 2 hours 52 minutes. So this is the first checkpoint, Refuge Bertano.
Aqua, water!
Merci. Awesome. Merci.
Gabriel.
Thank you, Gabriel. Good work. Thank you, buddy.
I think it's a given that in any ultra race you're going to have a few low moments. But to have my first wobble so early was really worrying.
Hello. Thank you.
One thing that did keep my spirits up though was the amazing scenery. I've run in some great places, but this was incredible.
Okay, we are 20 kilometres in, just over 20 kilometres in, 3 hours 44 minutes, and I'm suffering a crisis of confidence. I didn't account for how steep and long that first climb was. I think I probably went off too quickly. There's a lot of pressure because it's single track a lot of the way up, so you've got pressure from people behind to keep going faster than perhaps you would normally go, and I've got to the top of that climb and I really am genuinely shattered, and I've only done 20k. I've got 80 to go. I mean, this is such a beautiful place, isn't it? But I'm now dreading every climb, and everybody's passing me.
The ultra running community is really quite small, and you can travel all over the world and not be surprised to bump into somebody you know. Step up Dave Ross from Hermes Running, organiser of the Thames Meander Marathon.
Hey, Steve Cousins here, my man, for my run.
How's
Dave
Dave?
Ross, yeah, not too bad. Torn meniscus, damaged cartilage.
Oh
But
no!
we're gonna carry on. We're gonna soldier on. We're gonna do this bad boy. You're gonna do it, bud.
I will. I'll get there. Just I'm maybe not in the time I was hoping for. I wanted under 20, but
6.5 hours we've got.
yeah. Let's just do it.
No matter what we do, as long as we get the job done.
Indeed.
All right, bud.
Cheers, Dave. Have a
Take
good
care,
one.
buddy. You too, man.
See you in a bit.
See you soon.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm tired. That first climb got me.
Yeah.
Didn't realise how steep it was, and I took it too fast. I
Yeah.
need a rest now. I will. Thank you. Hello, Ian. How's Ian doing?
Ian's knackered. Ian wants to go home. But Ian's pushing on.
Good. Nice to see you, buddy.
And you, mate. You take care.
Ian did Transvolcania. How many times have you done it now?
3. Yeah, 3.
Oh, same as me. So
Yeah.
we've both done Transvolcania 3 times. What do you reckon the comparison?
Oh, Transv is just brutal from the start. I think this is it's spread out. I think it'll make it a bit easier.
Okay,
but
so I just need to chill out a bit, don't I?
I think so. But
Yeah.
I haven't done I haven't done this one before, so
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well done. Good job, buddy.
So after the first 2 aid stations at Bertone and Bernati, there's a short downhill section, and then you cross the border from Italy to Switzerland and on to the 3rd aid station at Arnaud-Vaz.
So we've done 28.5 kilometres in 5 hours, 25 minutes. And gonna have another cup of coffee, some bread, some cheese, and maybe some soup, and sit here for 5 minutes and just recover again and then get on. It's gonna be one step in front of the other today. Just get to the end anytime we can. Getting a bit later in the afternoon now. We are on a big climb and we're going into the clouds. It's going to start getting foggy. 30 kilometres done, so not 20 miles yet, 6 hours and 9 minutes. So it's time to put a jacket on, I think. I guarantee you there is an absolutely beautiful view that way. So this is Col Ferret, 2,537 metres. Thank you. Oh, hang on, sorry. You got it? Yes.
That is cold.
This is the highest we're going to be today. You alright, Jason?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, not too bad. Surprisingly good.
It's just way harder than I thought.
Yeah, it's just breathing.
Yeah, breathing is the thing, isn't it?
The descent from Grand Col Ferret to La Fouille is really quite long, but I enjoyed it. It reminded me a lot of England back home. The weather, the terrain underfoot, all very similar to the south coast where I run. By now, I was starting to feel like I was getting into the race a little bit.
There it is, that's a marathon covered. 42k, 8 hours, 23 minutes for a marathon. 8 hours, 23 minutes for a marathon. Merci. Okay, La Fouille. Looking at my watch, we still haven't even climbed half the elevation that we're supposed to climb. We're only on 2,700 metres elevation. We've got another 3,000 to climb. Very busy aid station. There's a nice bit over there where people have left messages, video messages, and they're playing them back to people as they come in. Just leaving La Fouille aid station at 43 kilometres, so at 7 or 8 kilometres to go to halfway. We're in Switzerland now. I don't know where the border was, but we've crossed from Italy into Switzerland. I'll just let my food settle. I've had some soup, I've had some cheese, I've had some dark chocolate. I've tried to give my legs a bit of a massage and my stomach is feeling a bit queasy now, so I just need to settle it down. So I'm not going to do any running at the moment.
By now, it was definitely raining. It was getting darker, it was muddy underfoot, but the scenery was still awe-inspiring, and I was actually feeling relatively good. From La Foulée to the next aid station at Champex-Lac, there's a distance of around about 14 kilometres, 8.5 to 9 miles. This involves a downhill section and then an uphill. I felt I ran really quite well on the downhill section.
So according to my watch, this is halfway. 50 kilometres and 500, 600 metres on my watch. 9 hours, 51 minutes. Hi guys. Merci. Au revoir. Obviously, if I was to keep the same pace up for the second half, I would come in under 20 hours. But the likelihood of that, with 3 big climbs and another climb, not quite so big, I don't know. I'm not sure it's going to happen really, but you know, we'll just keep on going. I'm not as despondent as I was earlier.
So there is a mini checkpoint and water top-up station at Prat de Fort here, just before we begin the climb up to Champex-Lac.
Okay. What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan. From where?
Denver, Colorado.
Oh, awesome. Well, this is weather's a bit different here.
Yeah.
Have you done this before?
No. First time.
It's the first time in Chamonix?
No, second time. I went out and did part of TDS once in 2012.
Okay, wow.
It was a real rainy, nasty year. Way worse than this.
What made you come back today?
Just wanted to basically take revenge on Chamonix.
Good for you.
And do something a little different, so yeah.
Well, have a good run.
You too.
We're halfway through.
Yep.
So it's 7 o'clock in the evening and the darkness hasn't come yet, and you can just still see some of the high peaks up there, look.
And then came the climb. You know, by comparison, it wasn't that bad, but it just made me feel really tired again.
So this is Champex-Lac aid station. I've been here a while now because I panicked because I couldn't find my spare battery. 58 kilometres. Officially, this place is 55 kilometres, so I've done like 3 kilometres more. I'm absolutely shattered. We've got 3 massive climbs to come. Huge climbs. I'm trying to eat pasta and I've got a cup of coffee. So I've done 63 kilometres.
Possible.
Yeah, but it's
61.
Yeah, 60. It is 61. And
sorry,
it's all right, no problem. We've climbed 3,300 metres of elevation. We've left Champex-Lac about 4 kilometres ago. So we're now going to start a big climb and then down into Trient. So I don't know if you can see the view of the town down there. I'm just having a rest because that was a very long, steep climb. We're still not quite finished, but we're getting there now. It's shallowed out a bit, but we've got 2 more of those climbs to go yet. Okay, that's the end of the long climb done. So we're just descending now to Trient. This is a little stop called La Giette. We've got 5k to go to Trient, and then we've got another big long climb.
The UTMB organisation have been running races round Mont Blanc now for 15 years, so it's safe to say they know a little bit about what they're doing. and honestly it really is impeccable. From the volunteers to the food, to the way the aid stations are organised, to the support outside the aid stations, they've really got it down to a T. You couldn't ask for anything better.
So they've got a Garmin stand here for help with your watch if you've got a problem. This is Trient now.
By the time I reached Trient, I knew that barring some kind of disaster, I was going to finish the race. But it wasn't going to be in 20 hours.
So 72 kilometres officially. I've got way more than that on my watch.
If you can get in and out of a checkpoint quickly, then great, do that. But if you need to use an aid station, use it. Rest, eat, mentally recover in preparation for the next part of your race. That's what they're there for.
Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, about to start the climb. I've got 78 kilometres on my watch, but it's probably 73. 16 hours, 38 minutes. Well done, guys.
How you going?
Good job. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Hey, how you doing?
Très bien. I'm done in, mate. But we'll get there.
We will.
Okay, we're nearly at the top of the climb. So the next aid station is Valencine in about 6 kilometres from now. This is a little medical tent at Tollerfson. I think we're about 1,900 metres. I just keep taking like breaks to lie down as I climb. We're not at the top of this climb yet, but we're not far off. Nice fire. Okay, another really long descent. But now we're in Valencine and we've got about 17 or 18 kilometres left, I think. My watch says 88. 19 hours, 28 minutes so far.
This guy was hilarious. At Champex-Lac, I could hear a horn from miles away, but I never saw who was playing it. And then I did see him at Trient, and then again he turns up here at Valencine.
Okay, according to officials, 17 kilometres to go, 700 metres of ascent left. Let's get on with it and get it out of the way, shall we? So, there's the map, that's where we are, look, that's what we have left to do. So let's go and do it. Merci. Au revoir. Look what we've got to negotiate at the end of this race. We've got 9.5k to go, and it's not runnable at all. It's just rocks, rocky, rooty, horrific, especially on completely trashed legs like I've got.
This section of the course is actually a diversion from the usual route. Normally it's far less technical. I was so tired, my legs were hurting, my brain was aching, I just wanted it to finish, but we just kept going up.
Just over 8k to go, 22 hours, 13 minutes. Still climbing. Still climbing. My watch has 100k now. But there should be only 6k to go. But it's going to be more than 6k. It's got to be. Everything's longer. It's going to be at least 7, if not 8 more kilometres. We're still going up there, look. I put my poles away ages ago because I thought we were coming down.
If you've suffered in an ultra, you'll know that feeling of longing for the last aid station to appear. We were waiting for La Flégère at 1900 metres. Would it ever come?
Finally past that aid station back there. I didn't stop. Just want to get home now. So downhill all the way now, but it's obviously going to be steep. 6, 7, 8k. Who knows? My watch is on 101 kilometres. So that's the end of the race. And we've done 5,900 metres of elevation, so that's it for elevation.
As a final reminder of who's really in charge, the mountain kept me climbing longer than I'd expected, and time was now running out. The 20-hour goal had gone long ago, and now even the 24-hour target was slipping away. I had to run.
Just coming to the end. We're going to make it under 24 hours. Not the original goal, but it'll do. I didn't respect Mont Blanc. I thought it would be easier than this. It's been really hard. bit weird because crossing the finish line I didn't really take it in because I was trying so hard to get under 24 hours.
Just a few hours later, and I was in the crowd to welcome home Xavier Thevanard, the UTMB winner for 2018, his third victory at the 170km race. He's also the only person to have won the UTMB, CCC, the TDS, and the 55km OCC race. And then it was an absolute pleasure to see Britain's Damian Hall finally break the top 10 at UTMB, finishing 5th this year. Also a massive well done to Tom Evans, who won my race, the CCC, and to Harry Jones, who came 8th.
So I've got my gilet, I've finished the 2018 CCC, I couldn't make 20 hours, 23:57 is the best I could do. I really didn't respect the mountain enough. I should have trained harder, I should have realised how tough those hills were going to be. But we got it done, and we come back again and do it better next time. From Film My Run, take care. Do subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel, and we'll see you for another marathon, another ultra, another crazy adventure next time. Bye bye.